Hello, guys. It's Amy with Lily Bean Designs. Welcome and happy Friday. I hope you guys are all doing wonderful today. I have not been live in a while to just do a regular old painting tutorial with you guys. So I'm excited to go live today and paint with you. So if you are joining us today, just please hop in and say hello. And I know, Connie, it's been we've had a lot going on in our family recently. I'm not really ready to share quite yet, but I will update y'all as soon as I am ready. Everything is fine with my my kids and my husband and everything. But it's been I would say it's been a month, but honestly it's been a year. It's been I'm not really, thank you. I'm not really ready to talk about it quite yet. And it's just a weird situation when you are on social media. I'm not gonna cry, you guys. I'm not gonna cry on my video. I said I wasn't gonna do this, so I promise you guys I will update y'all when I can. I'm gonna turn off the overhead camera or the front camera and just turn on the overhead camera. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Leisha. Okay, y'all. I don't have tissues. I have paper towels because every crafter has paper towels in their room, right? Yeah. So anyway, I hope that you guys are well. Why does it make it worse when you look at yourself while you're crying? Why does that make it worse? Because I can see myself and I'm like, that makes it worse. I hate that. Thank you so much, Tanya and Connie. Y'all are just so sweet. I really appreciate it. I'm going to try to, I'm going to get myself together and I'm just going to paint because painting is therapy, right? So yeah, we're going to do some therapy today and we're going to paint something fun. I'm doing this has been like a football themed week and we are just, I don't know why, we're into football this week. There's some football loving people down here in Louisiana. I will tell you that. That's one thing I've learned about Louisiana. There's some football loving people down here. So it's been just really fun to get together and do football get-togethers with everybody down here with all of our neighbors. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm shaking the overhead camera. And that is just, I'm not really a big football fan. I'm not really into sports necessarily, like watching sports, but I love the just getting together, and I love the food. I love making football food and whatever other kind of sport food. I love just all of that. So that's fun. So I will make the food and I will host the party. I don't really care about the game necessarily, but I'll paint some football themed files because that's always fun. So we're gonna do I'm trying to get it together, y'all. We're gonna do a sandwich board today. If you don't know what a sandwich board is, I will show you guys. I have the sandwich board with me and I have some of the inserts. So let me just really quick hop up and grab that. Okay, so this is our sandwich board all put together. If you look at the front view, it's a better way to look at it, but it's a little, I say folding. I glue it so you can't fold it. If you wanted to do hinges instead, you could, but this is the sandwich board, and it has inserts that go in here, and then you can pop them out, stick your hand up in here and pop them out. So that's what our sandwich board is. So it's like, if you have ever been walking down the street, this is like my little, this is my little spiel about sandwich boards. Picture a Hallmark town, and you're walking around this little Hallmark town, this little cute town with lots of shops and cafes. And you'll see these on the street, and these might have the menu for the cafe. They might have a sale that's going on in the store. The little chalkboards that are outside of stores. They're called sandwich boards. Some people are like, "Why are you calling it a sandwich board?" That's what it's called. I did not pick the name. So anyway, that's what this is, and we have over 25 inserts currently listed in our shop. And just all different themes, all different holidays. And I'm currently in the process of making more. So this one is actually brand spanking new. I literally made it today and I just listed it. And the listing just has a digital picture of it because I actually haven't painted it to take a picture to put in the listing. So I will do that as soon as I'm done painting with y'all today. Let me show you how these work. And hopefully they don't have dog hair on them because I had them propped on my floor. And if you have a dog, especially a lab like me, if you put something on the floor, it's going to have dog hair on it. All right. So this is an example of one of the sandwich boards. This one is the sunflower, as I pick dog hair off of it. This is it's hard to get them in here from the back, the sunflower themed one. And so that's how that works. So you just stick it in. It doesn't need like anything to hold it in place. So you don't need Velcro, you don't need magnets or anything like that because it leans. And so it really just stays in there all by itself. And these just look cute on like a little shelf or a table when you first walk in your house or whatever. So, whoops, sorry. So that's the sunflower one. And see how the pieces kind of hang off the edge of the insert? Can you tell? And that's because when you put it in here, then it, like I said, y'all, it's hard to do it from the back. Get in there. I can't see what I'm doing. Then the pieces all fit perfectly because they're meant to kind of go over the frame of the sandwich board. Okay, so I'm just gonna, all I have to do to pop it out is just pull, just like that, just like grab a corner of it. The sunflower one is in our shop. This is another one that's in our shop. This is like one of my favorites. This is a very popular one. Everybody seems to like the crafty one because we're all crafters. So I can pop that in there. Okay, there's that one. Let's get crafty. And it's got a little sewing machine and glue gun and paint palette and glue and all the things. Tape measure. Oh, thank you, Connie. Yeah, these are fun. So then see how I just pulled it out of there? Super simple. Just grab like a corner of it and just pop it out. So then the next two that I have, I don't have a lot of them here. I have a couple in Virginia and then, because y'all know I go back and forth. And then some customers have been like super sweet and painted some of these for me. And so obviously they have them in their craft room. There is one that was in our SVG clubhouse for, I think was this August? I think this was August. We did pumpkins, bonfires, hayrides, sweaters, and flannels. So this is one of our fall, let me lift it up so y'all can see the whole thing. One of our files for the month of August in the SVG clubhouse. So if you're a club member, you got this file. And then this one I think is also, yeah, this was earlier this year in the clubhouse. This is a birthday thing. So this one has like all the little birthday, let me pick it up so y'all can see, the hat and the cake and the present and the balloons and all that fun stuff. So there's that one. And I'm going to pull that out. And then we're going to be doing the football one. So I'm going to paint that one with you guys today. Move these out of the way. All right. So let's get started. I like to paint the back of these so they look like a chalkboard, but I've had people paint them white or just, you know, whatever color. Big sponges. Why can't I never find anything down here? I pride myself in being organized. I guess I'll just use a paintbrush. I was just going to use a sponge and get this painted kind of quickly, but that's okay. Y'all, I'm telling you, I just cleaned my house. The dog hair is real. All right, this is, and you can use chalk paint if you want to. I actually don't think I have any black chalk paint right now. I think I just have white. So I'm just going to use some black paint. And I'm going to paint over top of my score lines. And when the light shines on it, you'll still be able to see the score lines. Everything is scored on here on like all the layers, the backer. I try to score everything in the file for y'all so you can see where to put it. So I'm going to paint this black, and then I'm just going to distress it a little bit with some white paint and a chip brush to make it look like a chalkboard that the teacher has just erased. So it doesn't look like, you know how when you're, I'm dating myself, y'all, chalkboard, not whiteboard when I grew up. You know, you could wipe the chalkboard with a eraser or you could wash it. I'm going to make it look like you wiped it with an eraser. So the sandwich board itself is a separate file. It is also on sale. These are 40% off all weekend in the shop. The code is tacky40. The reason why the code is tacky40 is because there is a new sandwich board file that I just added this morning. Let me really quick pop that up for y'all because it's cute. And which one is it? It's this one. This is the Tacky Christmas sweater. Have a tacky Christmas. How cute is that? I just think that is darling. And I want to give the person credit who painted it for me. Her name is Ellen Cadwell. So I wanted to make sure I pronounced her name correctly. I had to pull up her email really quick. So Ellen Cadwell painted this one for me. Thank you, Ellen. It is so cute. I love it so much. And see how she did white for her sandwich board. And the little pieces on the side, y'all, I'm moving my mouse like y'all can see where I'm putting my mouse. Y'all can't see that. So I always do that. So the little pieces on the side are supposed to stick out like that. They just kind of stick out slightly. It's just part of the design. So just to show y'all, that is the way it's supposed to look. All right, let me put your comments back up. Okay. So yeah, so the code is tacky40. All weekend, you can save 40% off all of the sandwich boards, the sandwich board itself, and all of the inserts. Oh, and y'all, so one of the things that I'm really trying to do right now is post more videos like reels on Instagram and do some TikToks, like share the reel over to TikTok. So if y'all do not follow me on Instagram or TikTok, please hop over there and follow if you don't mind, because when you have a certain number of followers, you get more features, at least on TikTok you do. So anyway, yeah, I'm trying to do that, and they're fun. They're actually, at first I was kind of like, oh, I don't have time for this. I don't have time to like sit here and make videos. I make files, I paint, that's what I'm good at. I'm not good at like all this social media stuff, but honestly, like making those little videos is kind of fun. So I've been trying to do that. So hop over there and check it out. And there's Instagram stories as well. I do post some things to stories. All right, I might just let that dry for a minute before I do the white distressing so that it looks a little. Okay, so I was thinking about doing this in like a certain team. And then I was like, no, I guess I'll just keep it neutral and just do like green, like, you know, the green of the grass when you play football, and like a brown football, excuse me, and just keep it kind of like a neutral, so that, because I feel like, I hope you guys know, like the football files that are in my shop, because we have multiple football files in the shop, and I have people comment sometimes and they'll be like, oh, I really like this one, but I wish it was Tennessee and not Alabama, or the other way around, or I wish it was LSU, or, you know, and I'm like, no. They are neutral. Like you can put whatever team you want on there. And y'all, if you don't know how to add your own letters on there and like measure it correctly, if you're struggling with that and you need me to like just really quick send you some letters, just message me at amy@lulubeandesigns.com and I'll be happy to help you. I could probably do a video on that, but the problem is that everybody uses different software. So like if I did it in Lightburn, that wouldn't help the Glowforge people. Sorry, this is new paint. It's not open. I could do it in Inkscape, because I do use Inkscape sometimes, because Inkscape is free. So if you don't already use it, you could use it and not have to like pay for it. Would that help at all if I did it in Inkscape? Y'all comment and let me know. I don't use Silhouette Business. I have used it, but I haven't used it in a long time. So I would probably have to like watch some videos and remember how to do it. It's been a while. I used to use Cricut. No, I did not use Design Space. I used Sure Cuts a lot back when I did Cricut stuff. Like I say Cricut, but really it was more, I had a Cricut at one point and then I had a Silhouette. So I used that software then. I'm trying to find. The bristles on all these brushes are so long. Like, why are the bristles so long? I just want a short little, and these are brand new. I didn't realize how long they were. Okay. You finished the baddie round. Oh, it's Freaking Bats, the free one. That one, okay, I was gonna paint that one live today, but then I changed my mind because I thought, well, I need to paint something that's on sale, and the sandwich boards are on sale. So I went ahead and I got this one made because I was like, I really don't have a fall sandwich board. I have a Thanksgiving, a Halloween. Wait, 2 Halloween? No, 1 Halloween, 1 Thanksgiving. What else? There was something fall-ish. Well, no, I do have a fall one. I have the fall one I just showed you, but it's only a Clubhouse file. And I wanted to make sure that I had at least 1 fall file listed for it in my shop. So I did this football one, but I'm also going to make one that's just like, like pumpkins, pumpkin patch, maybe like a scarecrow or something. Yes, Inkscape, you need an Ohio State one. Okay. Penny, message me because I will try to remember that, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't have like the best memory when it comes to everything that unless it's in a message. If you send me a message, then I will pop it in a folder or put a little star on it, and it won't get lost in my brain. Okay, so we just did a little gray and green on there. Oh, and I didn't tell you the colors. This is Deco Art Gray Sky. And this one is it's Apple Barrel. It's a matte paint and it's crisp green. So the Apple Barrel is, of course, from Walmart. All right, so there's that. And then we've got this little hand, the little, what do you call it? The little finger thingy. That people hold up at games. Y'all, I told you I'm not a sports person. I don't know what it's called. Just the foam finger, right? Is that what it's called? I like going to sports. Like, I love going to baseball games. Baseball games are so fun. They just put you in the like all-American spirit. You know what I mean? The ones that we go to back home in Virginia, we go to the Flying Squirrels games in Richmond, and I love the baseball tunes, and I love how they play the little games. They take breaks and play games with the people who are in the stands. They play games with the kids. They get the kids on the field. I love the food. I love the candied pecans, which down here I understand are called something pecans. What do they call them? Pecan praline, not praline. I call them praline, but they call them pecan pralines down here. I was corrected immediately when I said pecan praline down here in Louisiana. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure I'm not missing any of y'all's comments. All right, so we're gonna do our foam finger in green, and then I'm going to outline it in white. I probably should use a Posca marker now that I'm doing this. Hold on. Is my green the right color though? Let me see. That's a little bit brighter. That's not going to work. All right, we're going to get a smaller brush. No, I need a small brush that's like angled. That's not going to do. That might be okay. I said, so Julia, which way do you say it? The Louisiana way or the Virginia way? Virginia is pecan and Louisiana is pecan. I mean, some people probably say pecan in Virginia. Okay, so the thing is, I say pecan pie, chocolate bourbon pecan pie, because I make that pie every Christmas. So I say chocolate bourbon pecan. But then if I'm eating the ice cream, I say butter pecan. because butter pecan sounds weird. We had a pecan praline king cake last Mardi Gras here. And I think out of all the king cakes that I had, that one was my favorite. Did y'all know that there are, when it's Mardi Gras down here in Louisiana, that when you go to the grocery stores or the bakeries, that you don't just get one kind of king cake. King cake comes in many, many different flavors. And it became my goal last February to to try as many flavors as I possibly could. Lofty goals, right? And I did. I tried, I think I probably had, I don't know, 8 or 9 different flavors, and there were many more that I need to try next year. The raspberry, I think it was raspberry or strawberry. I think it was raspberry. That was really good too. I will tell you that if you ever have the opportunity to just live somewhere different from where you grew up for a little while, even if it's not because you had a job transfer, you know, this was, I say this was all my husband's idea. It really was all my husband's idea. He definitely got me on board. I mean, we wouldn't have done it if I hadn't wanted to do it, but it was his idea to begin with, to do this crazy move. And it's just been so fun and such an adventure. And we've met so many wonderful people, but it's just really neat to see the differences in just within our own country, the different accents and the different food and music and events. It's just really, and just the way people live. Highly encourage you if you have the opportunity to do something like that in your life at least once. It's been really, really fun. Different weather. I mean, I see, I'm watching the YouTube videos, all the fall videos of all my favorite YouTubers um, making their fall food and wearing their fall nail polish colors and their scarves. And they're just everything fall. And we're down here swimming in the pool and sweating in Louisiana, feeling like it's just as much summer as it's been the past few months. Nothing has changed except the love bugs. Now the love bugs have decided to arrive. And y'all, I had never seen a love bug in my life. I had never heard of a love bug. I didn't know what one was. They are swarming right now. They don't sting, they don't bite, but they are just everywhere. They're all over your car, your boat, whatever, whatever's outside. They're all over it. And I'm ready for them to go. They are so annoying. Let's see. I missed something about think about think about it. I've heard you're not peeing in a can. That is so funny. It's gorgeous in Prince. Where is Prince? I don't know where that is. All right, I probably need to let that dry before I do the outline. So this is going to look a little sloppy here until it never looks good until the end. Y'all know. So I'm just doing my little number 1 here with a white Posca pen. Love my Posca pens. Oh, Prince George, Virginia. Oh, that's right, Kelly. You're from Prince George. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy how much of a small world it is, really. All right, so I just did some white accents on the banner, the little pennant banner. Am I calling that the right thing? And let me just do some little zigzaggy things on here just to give this guy some accents as well. Remember, your highlights and your accents are what draw the eye away from the imperfections in your art. Let me see if I can do the outline of this. I want it to look pretty, and it's looking ugly right now. All right, so this pen is that really fine point, and I'm going to need to do 2 coats. But this is my fine tip Niutop, Niutop, that I got off of Amazon. There we go, that's better. Just had to pump it. My camera, I am. If you're looking for fine tip paint pens, these are my go-to. They're finer than the Posca. Now, I don't know, Posca might have a super fine tip. I don't know. I've never seen them. But these Niutop are super fine. You do have to kind of pump them. Like I give them a quick little pump, because if you give them a slow pump, then a lot of ink comes out. At least, you know, this one does. I'm sure they're all different maybe, but and I'll need to do 2 coats. But I'm just going to go ahead and put 1 coat on for now. White is just always going to need 2 coats, especially with paint pens. Sorry, I know that's probably annoying, that the noise of like the pen scraping on the wood on video. Okay. Y'all, I need to get back to like trying to make myself look a little better when I go live. I'm looking and I'm like, my hair's never done. I just have a, you know, whatever t-shirt on that has paint on it. It is what it is. Y'all are here to see the project, right? All right, I'm gonna let that go and I'm gonna do another coat. And that's dry. Okay, so this piece has layers. So we wanna make sure we don't need to paint the football or the megaphone back there. So we'll go ahead and paint those pieces. And I'm using my brown Posca. It doesn't matter if I color in the lines over this, the lacing, because that's a separate piece. So I'm just gonna get some brown paint on here. This is the lighter of the 2 browns that come in the big set. So this one is, I think it just says brown. The writing is so small. Yeah, and I think the other one probably says dark brown. The dark brown is really dark. So I think this is a better color to not just kind of get lost against the black background. I think my brown might be starting to get a little low. I mean, I've had these markers for a couple years. So which shows are you guys watching right now? Is anybody watching anything good? I finished Sex and the City, and I finished Sweet Magnolias, and I just started Virgin River. My husband and I just watched The Lioness on Netflix. That was good. Not that many episodes of it. So I was surprised. I was like, oh, it's over already. I'm assuming they'll have another season. We watched The Lincoln Lawyer. That was really good. That was a good for us at least. That was a good show to watch together because my husband is not going to watch Sex and the City and Virgin River and Sweet Magnolias. That's not happening. Got to have a little action adventure in there, or he is not interested. One of my friends down here said her husband watches Hallmark movies with her, and I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot imagine. Oh, Suits is good. Yeah, my husband did watch Suits, and I wish that it was just one of those things that he watched like when I was doing other stuff, and I didn't realize till he was already pretty far into it that I was in the living room with him and he's watching. I was like, what is this? And he told me, and he had already watched like half of it, so I just didn't I didn't watch the rest of it, but I might have to go back and watch that. Okay, so again, we're going to be doing second coats of the white. Okay, let's do our megaphone. We need to do, let's do green. White outline. It was raining here earlier today. It seems like it wants to rain on the weekends because it's been nice all week. We need the rain though. I'm not complaining. It's been such a dry summer. All right, so I'm going to paint the inside green, and then I'm going to do some gray on the other part. Is that gray? I thought I had a lighter gray Posca pen. I don't see it. I have silver. I'm going to do the thing where I dip the pen. I had forgotten that I did that. See, that's how long it's been since I've gotten to go live, y'all. So I'm dipping my Posca pen in the lighter gray paint. So if you have a similar shade, but it's a little bit off, or if your white is getting dried up, you can dip your white pen in your white paint. And it really doesn't mess it up. I mean, like hopefully it won't mess it up for your pens, but like for mine, It doesn't seem to do anything. It works. Doesn't make them dry up, doesn't do anything weird to them. It's my little trick. Heartland. Oh, I have not watched Heartland. Yeah, Penny, you'll love Lincoln Lawyer. That's very good. Yellowstone is coming back on, I think, Sunday night, right, guys? Pretty sure I saw that. No, my dog is at the door. You hear him? He wants in here because this is the only window in the front of the house that is like low to the ground where he can see out. I'll have to let him in a few minutes. You don't like the new, you don't think it's the new season though? Oh, for Yellowstone? Really? Well, shoot. That's what I was thinking that it was. Well, that stinks. What are they doing then? Are they just playing the last season over? Well, we could have watched that anytime, right? All right, I'm going to outline that again. A second coat here in a little bit. This second coat of white just makes all the difference, really brightens it up. Oh, we did try watching Outer Banks. I liked Outer Banks, but yeah, Bo couldn't get into that. It's really more of like probably like a high school, college age show, but I still wanted to find out what happened, so I'll finish watching it. Okay. Let's see. Go back and do another coat of white on this hand. So it looks a little cleaner. Thanks for the tip of dipping your paint pen. Oh yeah, I did that one day when I was getting frustrated with my white, and because I had white on my plate here, and I was like, oh, well, this works really well. So, all right, come on. Am I running out of paint? No, I don't think I am. I personally think that DecoArt should come out with refillable paint pens. DecoArt, if you're listening. I mean, I know I've heard that people refill the Posca, but I think they should design some paint pens that are like meant to be refilled. Because there's a lot of colors that are not available in paint pens. All right, that looks better. There's our little hand. And I can go ahead and put the number 1 on there. Y'all, I have a nice new, not gunked up container of Stick Fast. Very exciting. Okay. That, and then, oh, and the hand goes on here. Yes, I agree. I need to refill. Oh, you mean a Posca pen? Oh, I see what you're saying. You watched a YouTube video on refilling a Posca pen and then you did it and it was a mess. Yeah, I haven't tried to do it. I haven't watched a video on how to do it. I assume that you like pull the little nib out, right? That's really the only way you can get to where the paint goes, I'm guessing. But I have not watched a video on how to do it. Oh, and then let's put our stitches on our football. Make sure it's lined up with our score lines. Okay, so there's the little football. So cute. Yeah, refill a Posca. Hey, Sheila, how are you? Thank y'all so much for watching today. I missed painting with you guys. Okay, so we got to paint the pom-pom and helmet. Oh, more white outline on that pom-pom. Fun, fun. Right, guys? Fun. Or we could just paint over those score lines and not do the outline. But I don't know. I don't really think that's going to work well for me. So, all right, we're going to do, let me find a smaller brush. I haven't found a small brush today that I'm happy with. I find that there's like 2 sizes of brushes that I love, and I wish that I could just buy like a multi-pack of just those sizes. I think that that would be wonderful instead of like these variety packs of brushes. I want a little angled, well, basically I want like a sort of small angled brush, and then I want a little tiny angled brush. That's what I want, and I want a whole bunch of them. That's what I want. I'm gonna do some of these gray. It's gonna look sloppy, y'all. I wish I had a green Posca pen that was closer. You know what? I'm gonna try something. I do have, actually this one might be, I haven't even used this before. This is a fine tip, but it does look like a lighter green color. Let me try this, and then maybe I can dip it. That's pretty close, actually. All right, or let me try this. This one, that's pretty light though. I don't know if that's gonna work, even if I dip it. Oh, maybe. I think that might work. All right, we're gonna dip this light green into this other green color that we've been painting with. You highly do not recommend it. Okay, I will take your word for it. I will not do that because I'm not really a fan of messes, especially paint messes. What do you guys want me to paint live next? Do you want me to do the free file, the It's Freaking Bats door hanger, or do you want me to do, so I have a Halloween shaker that I was going to paint live because even though I've already painted it, I haven't painted it live, and I really want to use some of those cute little shaker fillers that I bought that I have not used yet. So y'all tell me what you want me to do live. Let's see. I do gray. Should I do some white? I'm just going to do gray. Okay, there's our pom-pom. We just need to outline it. So this is green mostly. Let's do gray on the helmet. And the shaker files, you want to do a shaker? Yes, I can do a shaker. They're fun. I'm just doing this part in black because it's supposed to look like you can see through the helmet. Do you know what I mean? So this part is like not solid. So we're just gonna paint it black. You will see what I mean here in a minute. And then we'll paint this. That black. Yes, we can definitely do a shaker. That would be fun. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I get quiet when I'm painting like small details. We need some background music. Did y'all see the cute little fillers that I got on Amazon for the shakers? They're nail art. uh, decorations. I'll show them to y'all in a minute. They're sitting right here next to me. They're so cute. I'm going to try to use this Posca pen. Oh yeah, I think that's actually going to work. Virgin River, Tanya, are you watching that? Yeah, I have not. I've only watched like a few minutes of the first episode because I had to leave to go somewhere, and I don't know how much I watched of it. Maybe 15 minutes. But yeah, I am planning on watching that for sure. Even though it kind of drives me a little bit crazy because it feels like Charmaine's been pregnant for like 3 years. Do you know what I mean? Why is this woman still pregnant on the show? It's like, it's honestly, it's a joke. Like if you go on their Facebook page, it's kind of a joke. Like everybody talks about it. Like, yep, Charmaine's still pregnant. Longest pregnancy ever. I think the timeline of the show just runs really slowly, I guess. So November is the rest of the Virgin River season. Oh, so they've only released half of the season, and they're going to release more in November. Is that how it goes? I did not know that. Y'all, the show that I really want to see, that I really, really, really miss, is Stranger Things. I'm an 80s girl. I love some Stranger Things. And those children are going to be 25 years old by the time they put another season out. I miss the good old days when they did a season of a show and it was like 28 episodes and it ran for like a truly, like it ran all year. And then they would have a Christmas special, like Dallas. Dallas used to do that. I think they made like 20 some episodes, 20, like high 20s, like 28, 29 episodes. It was a season for them. I was saying that the other day. I was talking with my friend the other day, and we were saying we would love to watch the original Dallas and Falcon Crest. But I don't know that there's anywhere you can watch them. Does anybody know? I haven't seen them streaming anywhere. Oh, yes, Fantasy Island. I love Fantasy Island. Their kids will be the new kids on Stranger Things. Is that what it? Oh, are you just joking? I was like, really? They probably will do that one day, though. They probably will have like they'll bring it back. They did that with well, they've done that with lots of shows, I'm sure, but the one that comes to mind is Stephen King's It. You know, when they came back, it was like, wasn't it their kids? Let's say it was their kid, or no, it was just the adults. Maybe it was just the adults coming back together. What was the show that was like sci-fi where it was their kids? It might have been it. Oh, it's thundering. Y'all hear that? It's thundering. Hopefully we won't lose internet. I guess it didn't stop raining. My blinds are closed because the natural light does not. Why does that gray look so light? The natural light does not work well with videos. You would think it would be great to have some natural light while you're doing videos. It is not. And honestly, I chose this room of the house because I love the natural light, but it's probably why my videos are a little dark, even though I have the blinds closed. I need like blackout curtains, I guess. Okay. We got to outline my helmet some more. Maybe we need another coat of gray on that helmet too. Now I need to go look up the club code so I can get this file. Oh yeah, it's if you ever forget your club code, you can go under the featured tab in the Facebook group and just scroll down until you see this month's files, like the picture of the files for this month. And it's in that post. Like I give you the links to the files, the link to the supply list, the coupon code, my email address, my shop link, like everything's there. So if you ever can't find your email, you can always look there and it's all there for you. I wish I could just make the code the same all the time, but I have to change it. Just to keep it secure. All right, let me outline that helmet and then hopefully we can put this together. The light is playing tricks on me. You can watch Dallas on Freevee. Ooh. It's on Prime Video. See, I don't have Apple TV. I don't know why I don't have Apple TV because I have Apple everything else. Like I have, you know, I mean, I've always used an iPhone. I gave my iPad to my husband because I really wasn't using it very often. Sometimes I steal it back so I can do Procreate. But other than that, like I don't really use my iPad. And then I have a MacBook. So I like Apple products. But for some reason, here's the thing about the Apple TV, and maybe I misunderstood. So I had free Apple TV for whatever length of time they give it to you when you buy a new Apple device. So like the phones, the tablet, whatever, had free Apple TV. So I logged into it, but then everything in there wanted me to pay for it. So I didn't understand, and I really just I didn't look into it further. I could have probably like put a little bit more effort into like figuring it out, and I just did not, because there was like one thing I wanted to watch on there, and I didn't really want to watch it that bad. So I was like, whatever. But anyway, so did I misunderstand that? Like, do you have to pay for some things in there, and then some things are included? I don't know. Okay, we have letters to paint. We do still have the letters to paint. So let me glue this stuff on here, and then we're gonna put our letters on some tape. I feel like that just needs a little something, something. And I think we need some black highlights on here, y'all. I feel like you need black and white sometimes. Okay, that's good. And let's do, I'm glad this is not real inky black, because this is how I want it to look. I want it to look kind of faded. So I'm not pumping my black pen, because this is perfect. And the helmet can look a little dingy because, you know, hey, it's a football helmet, right? All right, now I want some more ink out of there. That's what was missing. We needed a little bit of black on some of this stuff. And the football too. That's better. Just needed a little something, something. Give it some interest, some depth. All right. Now I need to go look. Oh, I already read that comment. Let's see. Part 2. Oh, Fuller House was the kids. Yes. Hawkins will fall, so it says. Oh gosh, Hawkins will fall. Goodness, can't have that happen to Hawkins. Y'all, I love Stranger Things. Just, my husband and I, we look for mistakes in the 80s concept of the show, like the cars and the decor and the houses and all of it. And I'm telling you that I challenge you to find a mistake in that show. It truly is just, it's done so well. They did such a good job. All right, I need some white paint. All right, my old chip brush, some white paint, most of it wiped off on a napkin, and then just like this to make it. You're not going to see this really well from the camera because it's subtle. I'll hold it up, but I don't want it to be too messy, too dirty. I just want it to look a little marked up. Okay, so see how it just looks kind of like a chalkboard that's been erased? Okay, that's all we're going for there. Now, we need to paint some letters. Letters, and hopefully I did not lose any apostrophes. I'm picking up tape with my foot, if y'all are wondering. My tape is all the way down here on the bottom shelf. Ta-da! Okay, so let's put this is our game day letters that go on the helmet. Okay, and then I'm gonna skip the top and we're gonna do football. Y'all. Okay, so let me think what colors I want my letters. So family, fall, and football, y'all. So I think I'm gonna do the white for family, fall, and then and football, y'all. So I need the and sign too. In green. Okay, this is white, this is green. I should have done all my white at the same time, but I didn't. Whatever. Whatever. That's okay. It won't take long to do these. Okay, so I'm getting a sponge stick. Just gonna do my game day letters with my little sponge stick. Okay. And another sponge, whoops, of course. It always spins around and gets the handle in the paint. Always. How long have I been live, y'all? Is it over an hour? I try to keep it to an hour or less. This is the way to go when you're painting your letters, I'm telling you. Okay, so do that. Y'all know I don't always do this, but there's a lot of letters for these, so. Okay. Love, love, love doing letters like these because I feel like the sides don't get all messy. So is this the original Dallas? Y'all are telling me that I can watch. Can I watch the original Dallas on Vudu and Prime and all that? So if it's on, okay, so Prime, I assume I probably have to pay for each season. So that's probably not going to be the cheapest way. I mean, I have Amazon Prime, but I assume you're going to have to buy it or rent it or whatever, right? So what's the cheapest way to watch Dallas? Freevee. Well, Freevee is free, right? So I assume it's Freevee. I had Freevee for something one time. What was I using it for? I can't remember. Something was on there. I've never watched Vudu. What was the other one? Prime, Apple TV. Well, I'm gonna have to check that out. Exciting news. Okay, so I think we're done, y'all. Let me do a little bit more white on here. Yep, I think we're done. Just need to put things together. All right, game day. Let's put game day on our helmet. I'm gonna put the glue on the backer. Ooh, those are stuck on there, aren't they? Sorry if y'all see my head. I feel like I have to get right over this to really get these letters lined up. What about Love Boat, y'all? Who wants to watch some Love Boat? That was one of my shows back in the day. Okay, there's game day. So that's our piece that goes on the bottom. And now we can just put everything on our backers. So I don't know if y'all can see the score lines, but I can still see them. You probably cannot see them on camera, but I'm just putting my glue where I see score lines. Right, is that straight? I think that's pretty straight. I'm done pretty good not getting glue all over my fingers this time. Putting the glue down on the backer instead. What do you open your glue with? This, you mean, like, this just pops off. But I mean, if it gets really gunky, sometimes I have to grab my, the pliers, whatever you call them, that you use to put the wire on your door hangers. What do you call these? The pliers, right? I think they're pliers. Y'all, you have to understand, when you go live, something happens to your brain. And just words, they don't come into your head. And then right after you're live, you think of all the words that you couldn't think of when you were live. That's what happens to me. I would not be a good speaker for that reason. That would be extremely nerve-wracking. All right, so this hangs pretty far off. So you want to kind of hold it on here. Make sure that's lined up. I can't really see. I think that's lined up. I need like a better light. I think that's lined up. Hopefully that'll clear the side pieces. All right, I can feel that already starting to dry, so I didn't have to hold it as long as I thought I would. All right, I got to look at this in the light, see where to put the glue. Okay, and you definitely want to line these up because you don't want them to hit those side pieces on your sandwich board. So I think that's lined up pretty good. Okay. So that is our completed sandwich board. And I will put it on there, but I'm going to be real careful because it's not, it's not dry yet. And this is a stand-up piece. So let me get the actual sandwich board out. Okay, so here, if you watch the beginning of the video, I showed you how these work. Don't be surprised if some pieces fall off. Hopefully they will not fall off, but this glue has had no time to dry. I'm going to try to be very careful. Let's see if I can get it in there without popping any pieces off. Here we go. So I'll hold it up some and try to get it centered. So there it is on our board. Cute. Love it. Turned out pretty good. And that would be cute with all different colors, whatever your team colors are. And instead of game day on the helmet, you could put your school letters or letter, whatever, or symbol or something like that, like the Saints, like the Saint symbol, or, whatever you want to put on your little helmet. And that would make it personalized. So, oh, when I first open it, you do it with scissors, but the hole's too big. I can't remember, Tanya. I think I probably do just take scissors and just snip like the tiniest bit off the top of the glue when I first open it. Yeah, because you're right. You do generally have to do that. I think I'm just really careful and like snipped the tiniest little bit off with my scissors. All right, you guys. So remember, these are on sale all weekend, including the sandwich board file itself. They're 40% off. Use code TACKY40. And we have, thank you so much, Connie. You're so sweet. You guys are just the best. I really appreciate you so much. And I'm sorry that I got emotional in the middle of a live video. I should have known. Knowing me, that's just, I'm a crier. All right. Thanks so much, guys. And I will see you in the next live. And I'll have a shaker for you. Oh, you know what? Really quick. Hold on. I do have those pieces, the shaker fillers. I've shown them to y'all before, but if you missed it, these are from Amazon. And I can go back and link them for you, but They're nail art pieces. And I thought they would make really cute shaker fillers. So if you can see on the overhead camera, this is jack-o'-lanterns and eyeballs and ghosts. What else? I think some bats. Super cute. Lots of fun Halloween designs in different colors. I think there's some candy, skulls, spiders, stars. Yeah, all different cute little things. More jack-o'-lanterns, pumpkins, all of that. And then this set is a Christmas set. So you'll know I'll have to make some new Christmas shakers to go with these. Oh, something broke. There's some plastic pieces. So one of these might have a crack in it, but anyway. Okay, we have candy, like Christmas candy. I think that's a gingerbread man. It's really tiny. We've got some snowflakes, some wreaths, some berries, holly, Christmas trees, snowmen, Santa, more candy, more snowmen, snowflakes, candy, like lots of, I think there was a stocking maybe I missed in one of these. But anyway, yeah. So these are, it's hard to see it even on the overhead camera. It's kind of hard to see. I don't know. I'm not going to open them right now. But anyway, so sorry, I'm trying to get them centered on there. You can see there's just lots of little fillers. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different kinds in each of these. So like 21 Christmas and then 21 Halloween. So those are going to be super fun to play with. And I'll be making some more shaker files for them. All right, thanks so much for joining me, guys. And thank you for all your sweet hugs and prayers and everything. I really appreciate y'all so much. You're so sweet. And thanks for chatting with me. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye.